I am Sika.
Drya.
Blinn.
Kellic.
Oma.
Thessaly.
And I'm your DM, Ethan. Welcome to Venture Forth. Previously, you all had brought Kodam Vo back to Hayfried's Void, and after a frustrating interrogation, you all had learned a little bit more about the curse that has been placed upon him and why you are not actually able to harm him at the very moment. After a sinister prediction by Kodam Vo and a little bit more of a discussion between you all, linking some pieces together, coordinating some clues and a conversation with Xavier and Timmy, you all find yourself on your way to Autumnhallow. Now adorned with much more comfortable attire for the cold weather, you all apparate into a small dark room. You all take a deep breath and see your breath exhaled in front of you in a cloud as you begin to, some of you begin to shiver from the cold, others do not. As you land in Autumnhallow, in this cold, dark room, what would you all like to do?
Thessaly, why did you not bring anything?
Blinn, are you really gonna make me relive? Nothing fit me. What was I supposed to do?
Oh.
Could you move your armor? It's in my rib.
Could we get out of this?
Yes.
Shed?
I can never
and then
find
maybe-
a
For a door.
handle in these
Yeah.
places.
It's so dark.
I'm gonna scrounge around for the
I will
the
assist
door
with that.
in
Yeah.
this cabin. Or
Uh,
this
Okay,
chamber.
it only takes a moment of like patting the walls. But at first, in this dark room, you notice that the walls are not wooden, they're not stone, but they feel like cold iron on these walls. And you're able to, after a second of searching around, you're able to actually find this massive handle. It's not like a traditional doorknob, it doesn't turn, it's just a handle on the door, on this large metal door. As you open it up, a swell of cold air rushes into the room.
That's brisk.
Maybe we should see about finding that boat, huh, Des? I know.
I really don't. Right. So you've all decided the boat. We have to get on the boat.
Do you have like a bad experience on a boat or something?
No,
Is there
Flynn.
some way we can assuage your fears?
Yeah, you
Thessaly?
can talk to us.
I can make you go to sleep.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I wanted to ask you, how does that spell work exactly? Is it going to hurt me? I don't want to. If we have to fight, I want you to be able to wake me up.
Blinn, did that hurt when
Just like so much. No, it didn't hurt at all.
All right. Well, maybe I could. It's probably not that big of a deal. I could just get on the boat, and it's going to be fine. Let's just go. Let's just go find a boat.
It
A
is
boat.
Thessaly, you're so strong. Why
Well,
are you
thank you.
scared of boats?
Well, Oma, when you're on the water, there's a lot of it, and it's everywhere. And it doesn't really matter how strong you are, because there's nothing to. It's just there.
Can you not swim?
Oh no, I can swim.
I prefer not to.
Yes, I have a very strong negative bias against swimming.
Well, we do
Yep.
have we're here to help, and there's also a person in our party that can fly. So
And-
if you fall in, he can help you get out.
I can also move water.
Boats keep you from having to swim.
That is
So-
the idea, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. We also have a rope.
Right? Yeah, boats keep you from having to swim. Sure. Yes. Let's find a nice.
Okay, to
Big
find
boat.
the boat.
Let's go.
A big safe
Please.
boat.
But like,
The safest boat of them all.
Looking out into this.
what do we...
Yeah, into this vista. What's in front of us coming out?
Okay, so you open up this door, and once again, you see stairs going up
Mm-hmm.
into another smaller room.
Mm-hmm.
And as you all head up, you open up the door that is once again in front of you, now you're going, as you go up into the smaller room, stone walls all around you and another metal door right in front of you. Same sort of latch handle. And as you grab it and as you open up, once again, the room gets even colder. But this time, some flecks of snow begin to drip into this room. And you look out and you can see a small street right in front of you with just a little smattering of snow in front of you. As boom, a massive animal-like leg slams into the ground as boom, next to it another one lands, shaking the ground around you. You look elephant-like, but with fur on it. And as you peek out and around, you see this massive mammoth, boom, boom, walking down the street in front of you.
Would you say it's a mammoth?
It is a mammoth. Yes, it is. And as you all peek out of the room, you can see just on top of it someone riding on a saddle. You see pouches, these leather pouches and bags hanging off of the sides of the mammoth, carrying who knows what, but filled to the brim. You can see these pouches full of goods. You can see a couple of pouches hanging off of these massive tusks that come out of the front of the mammoth as it continues walking down the street.
But this is there's a city street in front of us?
A city street right in front of you,
but
yes.
being trod by a man. Okay.
And is it possible to tell the rider, make out the shape or form of the rider?
Looking up, humanoid. You think possibly human, but then as you get a closer look and look for another second, much larger than a human. You see the traditional tribal tattoos coming up onto their face, that of a Goliath.
How close are they?
They are probably, when you first opened the door, the leg was landed probably about 10 feet right in front of you. But now as it's taken a couple more steps, it's probably 20 feet down the road.
They might know where boats are. Should we stop them? Ask them?
Carry on, Flynn.
I'll, jauntily jog.
I could have sent them a message, but yeah, I mean that works.
Yes, telepathically communicating with strangers is a great way to begin a relationship.
Hi, I'm Flynn Fallowleaf.
Oh, we could do that.
Hello.
The Goliath sort of glances down and looks at you, very slow and deliberate in their movement. Make a persuasion check.
5, 4,
Oh, I think I know who these guys are, though. Oh, no.
Could be a problem. Fight them. Kill it. Kill.
Be part
Ages
of-
are past, that's what we do.
Maybe the Bannock tribe.
What persuasion?
Are there any symbols on their bags that we recognize?
I got a 15.
15. The Goliath sort of pulls back on the reins as the mammoth stops. And as the mammoth stops, each of its footfalls you could feel in the ground. But now that this mammoth has stopped, you can sort of continue to feel that rhythmic footfall as you look off to the side and you can see a row of buildings, and just over that building, you can just sort of see the back and the top of the head of another mammoth on another street walking down. As the Goliath looks down. Hello.
Oh, hi. I'm Flynn.
Pleasure to meet you. How can I help?
Well, my friends and I are here to, we're on business, and we are looking for boat travel. Travel by boat, water traversal.
As Flynn is saying this,
I'm going to hide behind Thessaly as he does this.
Flynn, as this Goliath is looking down at you and speaking with you, Oma, you sort of look off to the side. You look on the pouches, and a couple of them have a very deliberate brand of a mammoth on the pouches. It's got a very deliberate trunk, and you see the tusks coming out of the sides, probably the symbol of whatever.
But not a tribe that we are familiar with.
Probably not. No.
Cool.
Water vessel.
My God.
Well, good luck finding any ship that will take you out in these seas now. Unfortunately, as the
The long eve is upon us. Not many vessels are going out into the water.
Oh goodness. Oh no. Are you saying we'll have to travel by land? We'll have to get a cart? Where should we go get a cart? Where can we get a mammoth?
The docks are just up north if you want to see if anyone is still running their ships. There are still a few that I'm sure are running, but your pick is going to be limited, I would assume.
Yes, Nestle, the docks are just up north. We can make a quick stop.
Let's
not
go
too much
there.
of a trouble.
Yeah, then we'll be able to get
Sure.
a better look at the water and see, if it looks okay and it's not scary and it can't hurt
Yeah.
you.
Should we stop and get you a nice brandy or a hearty ale for, courage?
Nope. Let's go.
Okay.
Excuse me, sir. How do you get up there?
It's right on the other side. There's a small ladder that I use.
Oh,
Flynn, let them
I'm
be.
just curious.
Come on, man.
You're a cute child. Would you like a ride?
No.
Flynn, let's go.
I can take you around the block if you
Oh,
would like.
no. Oh, that is quite all right. Flynn, we should really go.
Yes,
we
he's
should
late
get-
for his lesson.
Ah,
So we have to take him.
Well, with
No,
that,
thank
have a good
you.
rest of your day.
You too, sir.
As the mammoth continues on walking.
Now, Flynn, not too fast.
Let's go.
Let's go up to these docks and see if we can find
I think I'd be used to that by now.
I
a
pat
boat.
Flynn on the head twice.
Don't do that. Watch out. I think there's water right behind you.
Okay.
Funny
There's
Flynn.
frozen water all around us at the moment.
As you begin to walk through Autumnhallow, you see that while it is beginning to snow, and it does seem to be a pretty cold place, it doesn't seem that this town is necessarily built for incredibly frigid weather. Most of the buildings are mostly stone, but they do tend to have these sort of thinner thatch roofs that are indicative of winters, but not super cold winters. So as you're walking through, some of the alleyways are a little bit smaller, a little bit more condensed, packed in together. But eventually heading north in throughout these streets, you get to the docks.
Can I ask one question as
Yeah.
we're walking through? The mammoths, so there was the next street over had a mammoth, and they're just kind of walking. What color's the fur of the mammoth?
It's this really dark brown fur.
Really dark brown.
Yeah.
I would like to use my mage hand along with a dagger to try and take the fur off of an unsuspecting mammoth, preferably one that doesn't have a rider on it, but they're huge. I mean, there's going to be a part where the rider's not going to... I mean, it's an invisible mage hand.
Of course. Okay, I'm going to have you make a sleight of hand check.
All right. Ooh. That is going to be a 14.
A 14. Mammoths are huge. You go up, you take a little swipe off the back leg, and no one is the wiser.
And as it comes back to me, I say, okay, one down. Perfect. And, off to the docks.
And as you're all walking through these streets, some of them that you walk through are very narrow and sort of packed together, and the awnings that come off some of the windows and some of the doors and ledges almost meet and touch each other in the middle of the street is how close some of the buildings are. But then other streets you walk down are much wider, and these are the ones that the mammoths are walking down. And even these larger streets where you don't see any mammoths, you still see their tracks in the snow.
Is it just a mammoth with a person on it? Or are they carrying, does it seem like they're used for, transporting
Cargo.
goods and
Yeah.
cargo? Are the bags
Some
big enough?
of them have lots of bags on them, carrying a lot of things. Some of them you see are carrying carts or dragging carts along.
Cool.
They seem to be a working breed within this town. You all make your way through the town and to the docks. And as you're walking through town, it is pretty dark. It is nighttime at this point. The streets are only lit by these rows and rows of these gas lamps. And each of them you pass is like a little fire flickering on the inside, providing just enough warmth to keep the snow from accumulating on the top of each of the lamps. But you eventually make it to the docks, and you see more ships at the docks than there are spaces on the docks. You get the sense that everyone is bringing their ships in as the long eve
is approaching. Everyone is trying to dock their boats, and you even see off in the distance, you see that there appears to be like a little squabble going on, no, I'm allowed to park my boat here. No, you should move your boat. I have a reservation here. But you do eventually get to the docks, and you see one ship that appears to be loading cargo on, not taking cargo off.
What does the ship look like?
The ship is like a medium-sized ship. It's got a single mast in the middle. Size-wise, it looks very similar to the Howit Dugan that you guys have been on before.
Does it look like it's small enough to traverse the river?
It looks like it would be small enough to traverse, probably a river.
Just a quick note on what's around us. Are there any like warships in this vicinity? Or are they mostly either pleasure craft or like shipping boats or?
Yeah. Looking around, you see one warship, very similar in make and size to the ship that you had seen in the battle that you had at Coldcrest. It does appear to be a Kaldorian ship, as you would expect. This is Kaldor. But now that you are sort of on the western coast, you'd call it, of Kaldor, it's not really the front lines. Only one ship is expected. You wouldn't see a ton. There's not a whole lot to protect right here. This isn't the front line.
Looking at the ship that they're loading up, you said it looked small enough to go like into a river.
Yes.
But does it look like it still has like a hole for storage? It still has like an under. Okay.
And as you can see that this is the only boat that is having cargo loaded on, and you can see a crew of orcish dock workers, all in like heavy hide clothes, taking these heavy boxes and putting them onto the ship.
I'm gonna try to, real quick if I can, I would like to tug on Seeker's like robe or like shirt and try to kind of move towards the back of the group.
You mean my really thick, nice new coat?
Yeah, that's right. Everyone got really nice new stuff except for me. That's cool. That's great. I'm gonna tug on your really nice new thick warm coat that keeps you warm.
Yeah. Hi. What?
This is all really funny because I'm afraid of water, and that's fine. We can joke about that. I can't go in the ship.
I mean,
like I can go. I think I can go on top of it, but I can't go. I can't go inside the ship.
Yeah. No, I don't think we're going to be on the boat that long. But you can make sure you don't have to go in it. Okay. You can just sit on the deck.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I know we don't travel by boat normally, but
we never have. Not once.
There was that. Oh, you're right. No, you do avoid it all the time.
Maybe just a little bit. So it's funny, haha. It's a joke, but I can't go in the hole.
Something to maybe talk about more later.
Sure.
But I understand.
Look, we have to go get travel. Let's walk ahead with the group.
I would like to while we were, I guess, being distracted by myself, I would have pulled the map out and placed it on the ground, seeing that we're close to the docks and about to ask some people for a ride. Okay, so just so we know what we're going to tell them when we go talk to them, what is our course of action? So we're here in Autumnhallow, and we're planning on going up to Warwall Harbor. Or are we going to take the rivers to the west and go all the way up those? Or are we going to go around and try and get towards Northwind Outpost? What are we thinking?
I think the river past Newbell would be the most efficient path.
Go all the way up there across or next to the Brosby Wood?
But that may be kind of a hard sell. So
we should ask how treacherous
it's a longer
it will
trek,
be.
right?
And they can't return as easily to Autumnhallow if they're planning on staying here.
Maybe we try and see if they'll go up the river, and if they won't, maybe just drop us off at Warwall Harbor, and we can use land.
Newbell.
We could go to Warwall Harbor and see if they have mammoths, and we could get some mammoths.
Raya,
I don't know
maybe
the thought
familiar
of that.
with this area more than us. I don't know. Do you have any suggestions? What do you think?
I would try to be more help. Unfortunately, every time I've traversed these lands, it hasn't been on the ground.
It's fair. You do fly.
Well, maybe we just ask them where they're going and see if we can go along for the ride.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. And if we need to change course, we can pay them.
But I don't know if you should really ask because you're just a kid.
Also, are you going to pay them with your sword?
Maybe I will.
That's something a kid would do, pull a little prank like that.
Yeah, well, at least
Nothing wrong with pranks, but
It's a childish thing to do.
whoa. Wait.
I roll.
Flynn, I feel very attacked right now.
Why?
You telling me?
Do you act like a child sometimes, Seeker?
Squint my eyes. Maybe. That's not the point. The point is we're trying to get a boat.
Yes, we are.
And
Let's pay with money.
Sure.
that is the way I would pay for something. Unless I was taking it.
Well, we got all these cute coats, so we don't need to buy those now. So we do have some extra money.
Aye. Hopefully we can afford what seems to be a short trip. I know it's difficult conditions.
I'm going to gaze over towards... Can I discern who I think is like a captain or in command of the vessel that we're going to approach?
Yeah, sure. Make a perception check for me.
I think that's going to be a 5. I'm pretty sure that's what that...
So looking around, you see this orcish loading crew getting the boxes on and off of the ship, and you see a couple of them begin to pick up some lanterns.
Oh, that's not true. That was not a 5. That was actually... That's actually a 9.
Okay.
Nothing.
Still, you see some of these. You see some of these orcs start to light up some of the lanterns to give them a little bit more light. But the orcish crew is really all you see, and it seems that most of them are loading and unloading boxes. It doesn't seem like anyone is really in charge, from what you can see.
Well, maybe let's head over. Let's see if we can get a ride.
I'll roll up the map and put it back in my bag. All right, let's go. Do you want me to do the talking again? I mean, it seems to work out well with Mammoth Boy.
Be my guest then.
Okay.
You did
All
well.
right. And I'll head over. Does it seem like there's anyone's within earshot or like that I can walk up to, or is everyone like on the ship? Are they?
They're coming on and off the ship.
I'll just grab the closest person that's walking.
One of the orcs. Yeah.
Hey, I am Flynn Fellowweave. Hello. How are you doing today?
Hi.
Comes up to the group. We were curious why you are loading. It seems like everyone here is kind of packing up for the day. They seem like they don't want to go on the water.
No.
Okay, cool.
Hello. Who is your captain?
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Captain. And he sort of points over towards the ship.
Does that mean the captain's on the ship or
Captain?
Can we go there? Can I?
Blaine,
I'm going to start walking in the direction that they've pointed.
Okay.
I'm just going to skirt right past Flynn.
I'm going to get behind Kalik and kind of... I'm going to make a glance over to Tess, kind of like, are you okay?
I'm gonna, nod my head, just clenching my jaw.
I'm going to follow behind. I'm still, at this point, just finding opportunities to hide behind Thessaly.
Noticing Kellic moving along past and Seeker following. I'll thank you very much, sir, for your help. Have a wonderful day. We might actually see you, so I might. Anyway, I'll talk to you later. Bye. And I'll try and catch up to the group.
Bye.
Good long eve.
All right, you all head onto the ship.
Oh, sure, if they let us.
And you pass right by all of these orcs that are loading onto the ship.
Okay.
And you look around, and ship very similar in make to the Howat Dugan. So you kind of look over and you see everything is sort of in the same place. Where would you like to start your search?
Does there appear to be a captain's quarters? Is it that big of a vessel, or is it not so sophisticated?
Knowing from the ship that you had been on, you know that if you go down into the hull and sort of into the back area, there is a captain's quarters back there.
Then that would be the direction I would go. If I don't see anybody authoritative looking on the deck.
Yeah, I'll stick with him.
You walk down and you get into the hull, and as you would expect, in the very back, you see a sort of walled off area with a door leading into the captain's quarters.
If nobody stops me, I'll go and knock on the door.
Okay.
I'm giving Flynn a look of like, here we go.
Yeah.
I stayed on the deck. I'm helping people carry boxes.
And I'm probably off the boat with Tess. Did you
I went on.
Oh, you went on? Okay.
Yeah, I went
Oh.
on.
Right.
Then I'm staying with
You're
you.
staying at the top though.
I don't go into the captain. If there's an interior, I don't go in it.
Okay, so you would not have followed Kellic
No.
down here. Okay.
No.
Where's Shreya?
I'm gonna steal a glance at the warship again, squint really intensely to see if I can make out any figures on the warship.
Gotcha. Looking at it at the moment, you only see 2 what appear to be soldiers, and it looks like they're just doing a guard patrol, keeping anyone from stealing this warship. But you do recognize, once again, it is a very Kaldurian ship. You recognize the wide hull meant to carry lots and lots of troops, an overwhelming force of troops, not like the Ondale army that had their the space focused on their cannons and stuff like that. This is focused on a troop carrier, basically.
Troop K.
But you just see the guards going back and forth.
Are there any boats in that company next to the warship? Well, I guess the better question is, are there any other boats that could be in company with that ship that are not warships? Or
Looking around, you see the 2 on either side, and they're almost like pressing up the bows, just with how many ships are crammed into this dock. But it doesn't look, or at least you can't tell, if any of them are necessarily in direct company with that boat.
got it. That's what I'm doing. I'm scanning that.
Just as we're on the deck, Eldra will fly over and land over on Thess's shoulder and kind of sidestep over closer to your head and bend her head down and kind of nuzzle like into your cheek, if you will allow it.
Yes,
And it's not purring, but it's kind of like the owl equivalent.
I reach a hand up and I give like a little rustle to Eldra's feathers, and I'm just like jaw clenched, just standing very stock still.
All right. Kellic, knock on the door, and from behind the door, you hear, I'll get the rest of your pay when you're done loading the ship. I told you this already 5 times.
Is that Paston Broadhammer?
You hear the voice of Pat
No way!
as he swings the door open and says, how many times do I need to... Kellic, me boy!
Paston?
And he sort of gets up on his tippy toes, as he is a dwarf. He gets up on his tippy toes and he sort of pats you on the cheek a couple times, like bordering on slapping you across the face.
I receive it welcomingly.
Is this the how it do then?
No.
This, you look around, you see that this is in fact the how it do.
What?
No.
Are you captain in this ship? No, Paston.
Yeah, well, Captain McCready moved on to say bigger and better things, and I inherited the ship. Now I pay a percentage to the captain still, but yes, I am captain of this here vessel.
Wow. Well, boy, we are pleased to see you here, Paston. We were looking at a very dire situation here, but I'm glad to see you. We're trying to travel a short distance, but I understand the long eve going out on the water.
Cowards! These cowards will not sail on the long eve, but old Paston Broadhammer will.
Yes.
Paston, what are you afraid of? Not cursed islands, not the long eve cold.
My boy, don't insult me. I ain't afraid of nothing.
I love it.
I
It's
believe
good
you.
to see you.
I believe you, Paston.
And he motions you to sort of kneel down by his face,
Yeah, I come in close.
almost to like whisper something.
Uh-huh.
My boy, I've stared death in the face. What are you talking about, fear? I wake up every morning and see death, and its eyes staring back at me, and I give him the old middle finger.
Yeah, you do. That you do, Paston. Well,
This is it's so much better.
I just look at Flynn.
The devils of this world have nightmares of me.
He's still going.
Yep, he is.
Anyways, what can I do for you?
Well, we were hoping to broker travel. We want to get as close to the Vanville Rise as possible, as expediently as possible. So I don't know where you're headed, but if you have anything on that route that could get us there, that'd be grand. If you're open to having us on again as passengers, how's it doing?
We were just going to have a quick passover to Warwall Harbor, but if you need passage up the river, I'd be more than happy to accommodate for the old switching body people crew.
That's us.
My crew is back.
That's we are, Pastor.
Yes, we are. And back in the same bodies, or right body. Correct
Yeah,
bodies now.
we're.
I got that. The voices are all back in the right places.
I am no longer a bird. Feels good.
Thank the gods.
Oh, Paston.
Yes.
I have some good news for you. I think you'll be thrilled, honestly. You remember Timmy, right?
Aye, Timmy. Oh, tragic Timmy. Oh.
Tragic Tale. Aye.
It hurts my heart every time I think about Timmy.
Well, prepare yourself.
Tear comes to my eye.
I can't give you the ins and outs of how, because it might not be safe for you, fearless as you are. But Timmy is freed and alive and well.
And he sort of like jumps up and does this little jig dance. And he sort of starts jumping up and dancing around.
Protect this man at all costs.
National treasure.
Yes, I can vouch. We've just seen him, and he's alive and well. He's studying. He's quite the scholar, in fact.
I always had a brain for them books. Unlike me, myself, I always had a taste for action. Books were never my thing. Never learned how to read.
You need to read to be a captain?
It's a common misconception.
Oh. Okay.
No, you do not.
I suppose I could get somebody
All
to
you
do it
have to
for
do
you.
is have the coin to hire someone who can read. A little known trick. You might want to hold on to that one.
I'll have to write it down. How long would it take us to go from here all the way up the river? Do you have an idea of how long? We have a friend on our party that isn't too. They don't like boats.
Hey, boy, I can get you there as quick as all hell.
That's as quick as we need.
Yeah. I think,
Thank you.
yes.
Yeah, I mean, we could help out as before. And with the previous price due, six gold a person.
6 gold a person to be on my crew? Aye, that's a tall order.
Well,
But
We do have a history
and we are in our own bodies.
with that.
I feel we could make that happen.
Amazing.
I return. I lightly slap Baston's cheek.
And like
With none of the vigor that he had.
as quickly as you've ever seen, he like gets out a dagger from his back pocket and like puts it up to your throat. You'll never lay a hand on me. And then he sort of flips back. He goes, "Kalek, I'm just joking with you. Get a sense of humor."
He doesn't have one. He's a treasure.
I just look blankly, as blank as a look as I've ever given.
And he looks over to Flynn. To get this man to smile, that will be my one duty. Besides to get you up to exactly where you need to go, that will be my one job. And I swear it, boy, on everything that is good within this world, I will get him to smile.
I've been trying for a while, but
Kalek, lighten up.
I'm light. Baston, here I am.
Well, what are we doing
What
waiting
are you
around?
doing?
Let's get on our way.
Yes, sounds great.
yeah. How much more packing do you need to do? How much are you almost done?
Stop the orcs. I don't care about the rest of the packages. Let's get you all on your way.
No. We need. We'll help you. I'm sure.
We'll get them on, Baston. You do your
Yeah.
captaining, and we'll help out with the.
Do you?
the-
Yeah. Do you
Oh,
captain
okay.
and-
If you insist.
All right. Let's
we
go.
do.
Let's go help and.
I just look at Flynn mystified, like I just completely dumbfounded.
Yeah.
And we make our way
I'll
out.
head
of
out
the
and
cabin.
I'll attempt to start helping move things along package wise, like bring stuff up so we can get it done quicker.
Okay. Is everyone helping out, bringing in the packages?
No, I
already
don't. I have no idea. Like, I'm looking at one of the orcs and I'm like,
Oh, okay.
What's the presence like of the Caldorians in this region? More or less, if you had to guess.
Bird.
Yes, I have. I may resemble one of those.
okay, are there any birds in the sky?
No,
No,
they're
there.
not.
It's night. Obviously not.
Well, yeah, sure, I resemble one of the things that. Anyway, yes, I resemble that ship over there. Are there more like it nearby?
Boat.
Yes, that's a boat. We're also on a boat. You're no help.
And I'm gonna.
Try, just help me load these boxes.
What are we doing on this? Are we trying to make good with the crew?
I don't think this is a crew, but either way, this boat is taking us where it needs to go. If I have to to threaten everybody on it.
Whoa,
Olma, that's...
Help me with the boxes!
which ones do...
I...
I'm just gonna start helping.
And I pull out one of my daggers. I'll give him a and we'll get where we need to go.
That won't be necessary, Alma, as we emerge from the cabin. This is the Howard Dugan,
Yeah.
No.
Wait a minute.
What?
captained by Paston Broadhammer. No
Yeah,
less.
he's down
The
in
who?
the captain's quarters.
What?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Of all the lucky circumstances, this is pretty major.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! So we get to go where we need to go, and he's gonna take us?
Yeah. Just like last time.
He almost left behind his cargo in the interest of helping us out.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Well, you two better not see any additional ships, and I don't want to be switching bodies, okay?
Listen,
Yes,
that
yes.
wasn't my fault. That was
Pardon
Timmy's
me?
That was his idea. We were just carrying.
100%.
We don't need to go back through this
If
again.
anything, I think that yes, you're right. You're right. Let's just help load up and hopefully we can get out of here soon.
yes.
Which way are we going to go?
There's the river. So on the map, it was like next to the forest. So we're gonna go up that river and just kind of bypass both towns, I think, and just go all the way up it goes.
We're going all the way.
as far as they'll take us, really.
Yeah.
We found a friend, a boat, and the fastest path. This is very fortunate indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah. A rare lucky day for us.
Going up the river, you'd be able to go up to this point,
Yep.
and looking on the map, you trust that probably by the end of the river, it would probably just be maybe a couple of hours hike to the main road,
That road.
where you'd be able to get up. And Shrai, you would know that your
On that highest
family
peak, bro.
is sort of in the highest peaks up here. So I will say, for the purposes of the party and everything, you guys would be able. This road sort of traverses along the bottom edge of the mountain, and will take you pretty much to the exact base of the mountain.
One thing to note as we traverse the river, there will be a wood to our west.
Uh-huh.
I personally don't think there's much of anything there but a wood. But a few of my people have noted that there could be things in there that perhaps we don't want to run into. I'm less inclined to believe them because, well, in my opinion, I think most of them are out of their minds. But just something to note as we travel.
Why is it like every forest has a problem? Like,
Well, it wouldn't
stuff
be
in
a day in the lives of the agents of repair if some tragedy didn't befall us at some point. And I lift up a box,
no, here, I got it.
give a grim look to Flynn, and move it onto the boat.
I think that's all of it. Do we go get him? Is he gonna come up? I don't know.
I look to see if if people are doing the unfastening of ropes and stuff to begin.
It
travel.
seems with your help, loading cargo onto the ship has gone a lot faster. So at this point, you can see that a lot of the orc dock hands have sort of come back and started working in other places on the dock. But it does seem that 2 orcs have actually stayed on the ship and are unfastening ropes, getting the mast ready. It seems as though these 2 are probably going to be the deck hands for this voyage.
Right. So just set up shop here. Just get ready.
I wonder if there's a place that we could rest our heads on this vessel.
Yeah, he said how long again? Like, we're gonna be able to actually get some sleep here? I
He
know that
said
Tesla
quick as
could use-
hell. It's
Yeah, it really
the
didn't help us there.
extent of it.
Excuse me, sir. And I'll walk up to one of the deckhands. Hi, I'm Flynn.
Aye.
How long?
Ta.
Ta. Nice to meet you.
As he
Ta.
sort of puts his hand on his chest.
How long will it take to get from here all the way up the river next to the forest? In between the forest and the mountain.
And he sort of looks down to his hand and starts counting on his fingers.
Okay.
And he puts up 8. This.
Okay, that's good.
Hello, Ta, I say in Orcish.
Oh.
Is that 8 hours or is there another? I don't know what the system. I sort of struggle to find the words for numbers in Orcish, but I just try to convey what he means.
And in Orcish, he responds, I apologize, my common is not
That's quite
very
all right.
good.
I understand.
8 o'clock. Most likely, if we leave now, we will arrive in morning.
Okay. All right. Thank you very kindly. I appreciate it.
Of course. Again, I apologize. My common is not.
What's he saying?
Good.
Nothing to apologize for. This is a lovely vessel, and we're happy to be aboard it. And we hope not to tread too hard upon your toes here. Let us know how we can be of help to you.
Of course. We are simply happy to have work at this time of the year.
I got to stay warm. Got to keep the fire burning.
Yes.
And I give him a hearty pat on the shoulder. 8 in the morning.
Oh, okay. Well,
so we have a night.
Yeah, that's great. I know that we could use some rest. It's been crazy.
Yeah. So Thessaly, that'll be an evening aboard the vessel.
Just one?
That's right. We'll arrive in the morning.
And I kind of exhale and just have a temporary moment of relief.
Eldred nuzzles.
Give a little scratch.
I'm gonna look around and do I see like Prala or Damien or anyone?
Looking around right now, you do not. No. Where you're still up on the docks, right? Yeah, you don't see anyone.
Is it just Paston?
That's all we saw. We didn't see anyone else. You said
Paston said McCready got some kind of promotion or moved on to a bigger vessel, so maybe he brought the rest of them with him. Gifted this to Paston. Left him to his own devices.
He didn't really give us much information. He kind of just was really happy to see us.
Yeah, he was a lot. Came on pretty strong.
Kind of refreshing.
It's nice.
Yeah.
But I just give it a wide-eyed expression of just like discomfort and fear. I don't know. I'm glad it'll only be a night.
Well, I'm ready when I'm going to walk over to the back to the deckhand and just see if they need any other help. Does it seem like we can help them with any more, or does it seem like we should just wait?
It seems that they're just untying the last of the ropes.
Okay.
And it looks like as you look over, you see one of the orcs is actually like getting ready to pull on the little, what do you call it? The bridge, the walkway.
Mm-hmm.
The
gangplank.
Oh,
yeah, and sort of looking to you all before pulling it on, seeing if you're all, the rest of the party who's not on the ship is coming on.
I will give a quick swoosh
We're on. Yeah?
and jump on.
Yeah, we've been carrying boxes.
Right, back and forth.
Yeah, well, I think we'll get
The last one goes up.
While they're doing the finishing touches, I'll probably take a clock at the whole group and I'll just look at Thessaly. What does she look like? Does she seem uncomfortable? Does she seem cold?
If you're looking very closely at Thessaly, I've sort of been in the same position the entire time with Eldra on my shoulder. I just look incredibly like tense and rigid.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a muscle in my jaw that's probably twitching. And if you look, my hands are behind my back, like I'm like standing at station. And if you look close, my thumb is digging into one of my palms pretty hard.
Noticing that, I will turn back towards, like, to go into the boat. And I would like to, if I could, try and find a coat for her.
Okay.
I'll, like, ask around. How do you say coat in Orcish?
I know the word for jacket.
That works, probably, right?
Right. Ukta.
Ukta, okay. And I will start going through the ship and just kind of like, Ukta?
There's only, at this point, there's only the two orcs left on the ship.
Okay.
But going underneath into
I'll look around.
The first sort of living quarter deck, you find one of the orcs. And
Ukta. Big Ukta.
Ukta. And he points towards the stairs that go to the lower deck where you know all of the cargo is stored.
I'll walk down there.
And as soon as you walk down, you see a human walking through the crates.
Okay.
Inspecting, looking at each of the crates.
Hello, I'm Flynn.
As she turns around, you see sort of mid-length brown hair as Prala Holiday, former deckhand, turns around. She seems to be in a little bit nicer clothing than you saw her last. And as she turns around, you see a stack of papers in her hand as she's sort of jotting down notes.
Oh, hello.
Hi, Flynn.
Yeah, we're gonna be traveling with you again for a little bit.
Oh no.
No, it's not gonna be like that. Okay, we're gonna not do anything that Timmy tells us because he's not here.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
He's
That's
actually
so sad.
he's okay though. He's okay. Man, I need to get. Yes, he's totally fine because of reasons, but we know that he's fine.
That's incredible news.
How have you been? Obviously good. You look great.
Good.
You look
Promotion.
I can tell.
First mate.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm keeping my fingers crossed for this next voyage here. It's going to be getting pretty cold, but hopefully we can make it through. And we seem to be one of the only ships that's operating right now, so hopefully we can make a little bit of coin.
Hey, well, we're going to be tossing some your way for letting us be a part of the crew.
Oh, you're coming with us?
Yeah. We have some business to take care of north of here, so boat's the quickest way to get there. Speaking of it being cold, actually, one of my friends is just having a rough go of it with the cold, with the boat. Not a big fan. Curious, do you have any coats or jackets? They didn't get a chance to grab.
Yeah,
one.
I stocked up my whole cabin with warm clothes. If you want to bring them down, and we can. See what fits.
Yeah, I can go get her. I was curious if I could just bring one to her. But I mean, if you think that she probably needs to try stuff on, I can go get her.
If you want to look at all of the coats that I've.
Yeah, I kind of know what she looks like, so I can maybe gauge something that'd be big and I can fit.
Let's go.
Okay, let's go.
And she puts the papers down on one of the crates and walks up to you, and you see that she steps into one of the bigger rooms, not the room that she was in previously. That was kind of small and cramped. Mm-hmm. And as you walk in, you see like stacked on top of the bed and just bursting out of the closet is all of these hide and fur jackets and coats and blankets and all of these things. Yeah. I'm going to have you make an investigation.
Oh, I would like to look for something, maybe get a blanket and then maybe get something that looks like sturdy, like leather or something that won't rip. Because I think I heard her say that whatever she had before ripped and it fell apart.
I'll actually have you make that an advantage because Prawl is actually going to help you out.
Awesome. Investigation. Oh, there we go. Advantage definitely helped. That is a 17 investigation.
17. So you're looking through and you find a blanket easy enough. It's got sort of the hide interior, and then you can see on the outside there's like this deep purplish fur coat, most likely from some sort of magical creature hide. Okay. And as you're looking through the coats, you're looking for something Thessaly sized.
Yeah.
And you find most of them. Prala is sort of on the more meek side. The stuff that fits her is a little bit on the smaller side. Mm-hmm. But then you come across this one coat. And you're almost surprised by it. It doesn't look like something that Prala would have with the rest of her clothes here. But you see it's this huge coat that sort of comes down to, on Thessaly, probably would be about knee length.
Okay.
Comes up into the shoulders. This white fur on the outside.
Cool.
On each of the sort of the wrist areas is a bear claw that comes down on each of the wrists. And you can see a hood that comes up that has the top part of the head of a polar bear.
Ooh. Where did you get this?
Oh, that's a really long story. I did some clever negotiating and trading, and I just thought it looked cool.
It is very cool. I wish it was my size, but bears. They're big. But yeah, could I borrow this from my friend?
Yeah, sure. I'd like to have it back,
of course.
But yeah, sure.
Would I maybe be able to buy it from you?
Ooh.
Because I know we're going to be traveling even more north than the river takes us, and it can only get colder,
I mean...
How much did you pay for it?
I traded for it, but...
Ooh, you traded. I do have some cool stuff that we could trade.
Oh! Oh, boy.
What do you have?
Well, I have this sword.
Oh, no.
Okay, I'd like to stop right now and just say you are an asshole. This woman is nothing but kind to you.
Flynn,
Does
also,
never
They
been
do so much
I
for
know,
us. We're
I
gonna
know.
ruin it.
Traumatized
We're gonna
by our
ruin
last
the relationship.
interaction.
Let it play out.
I know.
Let it
Right,
play
okay,
out.
here we go. Here we
I
go.
got it. I got
Trust
it.
the
I got it.
players
I
too.
got
a
it.
tingle on the back of my neck.
Like something's happening. Okay, I got it. I got it. It looks like a really nice sword flip.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever even once used the sword.
That's totally fine. I do also have gold.
Yeah. Oh
I
man.
don't know if you. I mean, yeah, everyone can use gold.
How about 10 gold pieces?
Deal. And I'll
Okay.
set my bag down and I'll kind of dig in there, grab 10 gold, hand it over. Thank you very much. I think this will help a lot. And I'm excited to go on the little adventure with you.
Amazing.
And I promise this time, no funny business. We will not get in trouble. It'll be smooth sailing.
Yeah. Tell me that once we've unloaded you all and gotten to our journey's end. Are you all? If you don't mind me asking, are you all paying for your voyage, or are you guys going to be working with us again?
We are, yeah. I think we're doing both. We're going to pay a little bit and then also work like last time.
Oh, amazing. So I assume you've talked to the captain?
Yeah, a little bit. Very vague, that man is. But exuberant.
Not very concise with his
Yeah.
words, but enthusiastic. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm sure we'll get more of the details once we ship off or whenever we meet up with him. We're kind of just waiting. I think we're waiting for him to come out.
Amazing. I'm just asking in case I need something done. I don't want, if you guys are paying your way, I don't want to be asking you guys for stuff. But if you're willing to do stuff, then perfect. I'll put you all to work.
I'll see if I can be your helper or whatever. Anyway, thank you. I'm going to go get this to my friend because I know that she's cold.
Okay. All right.
Cool.
See you in a little bit.
All right. And I will attempt to throw this massive
It's
coat
heavy.
on
It's
my
heavy.
shoulder and just lug it up the stairs and
Sort of dragging behind you a little
of course
bit.
it is. I'm used to stuff dragging like my sword and all that. Okay. And I will find my good friend Cecily on the top of this deck, on the deck. Cecily. Okay.
Well,
fine. No,
what
we're
do you
good.
have? What do you have there?
A coat for you.
Oh, yeah. Did you, Flynn?
Yeah.
Did you steal this from their cargo?
Nope. No, I did not. I paid for it, and
Where's
I
your sword?
promise. It's right here, and I'll
Okay.
bonus action summon my sword. Don't worry about it. I'm not doing that anymore.
Okay.
That's good.
Promise. I paid for it, and it's yours now. So hopefully this helps.
Well, thank you. That is incredibly kind.
Look at the hands of the claws.
It looks very intimidating, which I like.
Or here, try it on, and I'll hand it to you.
Yeah, I'll take it and I'll have Eldra scooch for a second and be like, Eldra dear.
Oh yeah. She'll just fly above your head for a moment.
And I will put on this amazing, like, white bear coat.
Okay. You put on this coat and you get warm immediately. And then this coat is going to do two things for you. It is going to give you advantage on any stealth checks that you make in an Arctic environment.
Because it's white.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it is also going to allow you to add 1d4 of piercing damage to any unarmed strikes that you make.
Oh, because of that's cool.
Because
Because
of the
the bear
claws.
claws.
Plus, it's just warm and cozy.
Definitely worth
And
10
you
gold.
look real cool while wearing it.
Yeah, you do.
Yes, I do.
And when Eldra lands back on your shoulder, she hops up and down on your shoulder, kind of excited and fluttering her wings. And then she starts to shake almost erratically and starts making like a little squat. And feathers start to drop off of her body, her brown feathers and her white and her black. And she continues shaking and they all just drop. And in the next moment, she wraps herself in her wings. You can't see her face. And then white feathers begin to grow to match the pelt that you now have on. And she opens her wings wide, and they are wide. It's like a 8-foot wingspan. And she shakes, and she walks back over, and she nuzzles. And I look at it and say, oh yes, I forgot you could do that. We haven't been in this, for quite a while. You look good, girl.
I've always really liked her like this. Well, thank you, Flynn.
Of course.
You didn't have to do that, and it was
We're a team.
very kind of you. And I'm also very proud of you for not giving someone something in exchange that you would then take back later without them knowing.
What can I say? I'm a saint.
I think, well,
You've gone too far with that.
I don't know. I'll let Kellic be the judge of that one.
Yeah.
I've gone below decks.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm out.
I have
Yeah.
no part of this.
Hopefully that keeps you warm. And
Yes.
I mean, you look cool.
I do look very cool right now, yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go. I don't know. Figure out what we need to do to get out of here.
I've while all this is happening, I've like climbed up my way up to the crow's nest so that I could just kind of like sit out on the and look out into the distance and sit and meditate.
Okay. As you look out into the water and into the distance, you start to see these sheets of ice beginning to collect over the water. And even now, you can hear the creaking and the crunching of ice sort of smashing together as the hulls of these boats in the dock begin to smash together. And as you're up in the crow's nest, you can hear almost still as if it's right next to you. We haven't even left the docks yet, and still my crew be lollygagging. What are we all doing here?
Upon hearing this, I'm going to go to the source. I'm going to go to our fearless captain. I'm going to nod affirmatively and in a greeting way toward this fearless captain. And I'm going to say,
Present circumstances at hand. I think I might be able to help a little bit.
and it's been a while. This time, I actually don't need to push the bounds of what Druidcraft is able to do because this is literally in the PHB.
Nice.
Okay.
I'm going to hold out my crystal at the edge of my staff, and as it glows within it, then there is an image of what will be surrounding the boat for the next 24 hours. As it says, I can predict the weather for where we are for the next 24 hours.
Awesome.
Okay, so you can predict the weather of where you are currently?
Yes.
So like a range.
So if I wanted to say what we're heading into, it could either be, and it can be very basic, right? So clear skies, a cloud for rain, snowflakes for snow, this kind of thing. And the severe, like, is it going to be severe? Is it going to be?
Can you what's the spell? I just want to make sure that I'm.
It's
giving
just
you-
Druidcraft.
Oh, Druidcraft.
It's actually
Okay.
just Druidcraft.
Okay, so let me see, because I want to make sure I'm
Designated purpose.
giving you.
Look,
Yeah,
I would love to
giving
say
you-
that I'm pushing it this time, but I don't think I am.
My favorite thing to do.
Like I trust you. I just want to make sure that I'm giving you the correct information
About-
not
okay.
of like where you are in space and time currently,
Right.
where it's going to be, or if it's going to be like following
As
you.
the ice
Predicts what the weather will
Moves
be
in
at
on
your
us.
location for the next 24 hours. So I will say at your location, I think typically that would just be like if you do it at the docks, it will give you the prediction of at the docks. But I will say, because you're traveling on a boat, I will say that it tells you what the weather around the boat.
So I do get to push it a little bit. Yes. All
We can
right.
also just do it again, like once we're halfway.
That's true. It's a cantrip.
It's a cantrip, yeah.
Okay. As you cast this, you just get a little bit of, it almost feels like a cold updraft in your wings and in your feathers, and it sort of makes you shiver, and the wind gets in between each of your feathers and underneath your vest and through your armor as just a tiny, gentle snowflake falls in front of you.
Are you proficient in passing this vessel through light snowstorms?
Don't you ever insult me again! I'm proficient in passing this vessel through whatever weather I so choose.
I like the gusto. Well, I hope I can be of assistance on this voyage, and I'll never doubt you again.
As I nod my beak in his direction.
All right. Paston begins shouting orders to the two orcish deckhands and to everyone else as if everyone else would like to get into their respective positions. You all move away from the docks and begin sailing out into open waters. You see sort of after the boat turns out and faces open water, and you see that, okay, we are beginning to head out towards sea. Both of the orcs go to the sides of the ship and grab these massive poles, these really long, probably 35-foot poles that are mostly wood, but have, at certain points, like a metal coating around it. So these metal and wooden poles. And they both step out into the front of the ship. And as you're heading out to sea, there are a couple of big ice chunks, and they just sort of poke at the ice chunks and either move them away or push enough to where the boat is sort of redirected around the ice. But with that, you all are heading out to sea. Who here would like to steer the boat?
I'll do it.
Kellic will do it. Didn't you do it last time? You
Yeah,
did it last
I've
time.
got some practice at it.
You have had some practice. So, as you are beginning to sail up towards Warwall Harbor, I'm going to have you make a survival check at advantage.
Yeah!
Oh.
Steady as she goes. Advantage helps a lot.
Angel die.
Jail.
Never.
Send them to jail.
I'm loyal to my dice, unlike you cretins. 13. It's a 13.
13. Okay. You are steering the boat, and you see as you are traveling north, it gets colder and colder. The wind is starting to pick up a little bit. It's beginning to snow a little bit more, and there are more and more ice chunks in the water. And you see one up ahead. It almost looks like a coastline at first with the size of it, but then you realize it's ice, and you're going to have to go around it. So you steer the boat left, and the ice keeps going. And you feel that you're turning back towards land, but you're not sure at this point. You've been going around this massive block of ice. You don't know if you're going to
As I
overshoot the
begin
harbor.
to detect this problem, help me out here, all right? I want to use guidance on myself and add a d4 to that roll.
Okay.
Nice.
So that's an additional 2.
Okay, Kellic, you are at this point a little confused. The directions aren't mashing up. But then you look up towards the sky, and you can see all of these clouds, this dark gray, all of them with a little bit of snow coming down. But then, just off in the distance, you see the clouds barely part, just enough for you to see a single star in the sky, just about 30 degrees to your right.
There she is. Not quite dark yet, and I ever so with great focus I will turn those degrees.
Okay, and as you do, you just skirt around this massive ice block, and after another maybe half an hour or so of following this star, the star gets covered up by clouds, and you think, maybe I might not have that direction anymore. But then after another couple minutes, you begin to see another pinpoint small point of light on the horizon. And as you keep going towards that pinpoint of light, you see that it's rotating. The lighthouse.
Oh.
And you know at this point where to go. What is everyone else doing? This is a couple hour journey. What is everyone else doing on the ship?
Real quick, as I see that, I look up and I nod my head. Rest easy. That's the last I'll call on you.
I will have made my way up to Kellic, actually, probably after this personal communing. I will have found my way up to where Kellic is, and
Kellic,
and I'm gonna lean on a post that's kind of near to him.
I'm going to see if I could meditate for a while we're on our way. But, just so you know, if there are ever any immovable objects, ice, what have you, that it seems we just can't steer around. Please, wake me. I'll see what I can do.
And then I'm going to lean back against the pole.
All right, I'll keep an eye on you, Shreya. I hope your meditation brings you a little, makes you steady for what's ahead.
I hope so too.
I'll let you get to it, but I just want to say, I can only imagine how it must feel coming back to your people this way after the way they treated you, after all that befell them, after all that befell you as a result. You have a group here of people who care about you, and I'm among them. If there are any immovable objects in your way, you can call on me.
That means more than you know. The closer we get, you can expect that I may need to call on what you just offered.
And I'll answer it.
And I nod. My feathers kind of get a little bit more comfortable than they were before as I nuzzle my back into the ship beam behind me.
I guess, would we have coordinated with Paston for lodging as well, or?
Yeah, he would have given you all. It's not great accommodations, but a place to at least put your head down.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna kind of make my way to this.
Yes?
Since we'll be sleeping out here tonight, I'm gonna go see if I can find us some blankets or covers, some hides, something to try and break the wind a little, okay?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Thank you.
You can keep Eldra with you. I think she'll serve you better than me here.
Yes, she seems to want to stay by me this time. I think
You look pretty badass, both of you together.
We really do. I can only imagine. The white with the white, and there's a whole bear's head on this thing, which is kind of wild.
Yes, it is very fearsome. I like it. It's a good look.
It's very warm.
Okay, I'll be back, and I'll go try and find some blankets. And I don't know, Flynn. What are you doing right now?
I'm probably chilling on the top, just the main deck. Just taking in the scenery and flipping through. I'll be flipping through Chath's bestiary.
So I guess I'll walk by kind of where you are and say, Flynn, you got that?
What?
You got that coat for Tess? That's very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you think they might have blankets or some kind of hide?
Yeah, they do. They're just big, and I couldn't carry them up here. But I can show you where they are.
That would be helpful.
Yeah.
Tess and I will be staying on the deck tonight.
Sure.
Okay.
Why?
Don't like the inside of boats.
You don't?
Not so. I mean, not a lot. No.
Why?
Bad experience one time.
Huh. Do you want to talk about it?
Not really. No.
Okay.
But thank you.
Of course.
Can I hold your sword and you take it back? And I want to see how it works while we do. Can I see that?
Yeah. Do you want me to just maybe go get stuff? Do you not want to go down?
That would be better. Yeah.
Yeah. Or do you want to hold my sword? Would that make you feel better?
Yeah. Maybe when you walk away, you can take it.
You want me to take it back from you?
Yes. I mean, I think it's cool. Oh, also, I mean, it's infuriating but cool at the same time.
Yeah.
Also, maybe, I mean, this is a ship. I don't know what this ship does, but do they trade in magic items? I'm always looking for items. So if there's anyone here that might know where some items are, I would love to talk to them.
I mean, maybe Prala, she has a list of everything. If I see her down there, I can have her come up and talk to you. Maybe she has an idea of what would be. She wanted to trade, but I didn't really have anything to trade with her, so I just gave her some gold for the coat. But she mentioned trading, so maybe there's.
I like trading. Yes,
yeah.
that would. Yeah, that'd be nice.
Mm-hmm. Summon sword, and I'll hand it to him.
Oh, such a nice sword.
So you want me to summon it back now, or do you want me to leak gold?
Whenever
downstairs?
you want, surprise me.
Okay. All right, and I'll just I'll turn around and I will head down to find Prala again in that room, and I will attempt to get some more blankets and some stuff that would be fitting for someone that's sleeping at the top, and I'll get enough for 3 people.
You go down and you have your own sort of bunks set up. So you see each of them has like 3 sort of thick coat blankets on top of it. So you would be able to just bring up what everyone would normally be using.
I will try and find the deckhands. They were orcs.
Orcs, yeah.
And I will try and enlist their help. Hi, I'm Flynn.
Hi.
Do you have a second? I could use some help carrying stuff.
Help.
Crap. I need you. I need you strength. Strong. Help. Crap.
Yes. Strong.
I will.
Just talking slower and louder in common.
How you doing?
I will. How far away do I see Kellic? Do I see him at the helm? Do I notice where
You
he's
know
at?
where he is on the top deck at the helm, yeah.
Quick enough to get to him?
Yeah.
I'll run over.
It's a pretty small boat.
I'll be right back. Give me. Be right back, and I will run over to
Bye.
Kellic. Bye. Adorable. Hey, Kellic. How are things going up here?
Keep your voice down, Flynn.
Oh.
Try is kind of.
Oh, okay.
It's going fine though.
Cool.
Smooth sound so far.
I'm Thess and Seeker and myself are going to be sleeping up on the deck.
Hi.
I don't know. They said they don't like, or well, Seeker said he doesn't like to sleep in I don't know. It's confusing. They just want to sleep on the deck.
Seems mad.
Well, anyway, I'm gonna sleep up there with them, and I'm gonna grab some blankets and stuff. But I need to get the help of the deckhand because carrying all that stuff would take a while for me. How do I say that, or like how? Do you know what I mean? Or do you want me to watch this while you go? I don't know.
If I look out in front of the boat, like how does the path look, or is it rocky sailing, or?
At this point, you have a little bit of a clearing in front of you. You feel you could probably go down to the bottom of the boat and come back up and nothing would happen.
What exactly did you need from them?
So there's like the bedding and stuff for the beds in the bunk and all that. I'm just gonna bring that up and then put it on the deck so we can just use them to sleep.
I see.
So if
you want me to get 3 bunks worth of bedding and move it onto the deck?
I want you to tell the deckhand to help me do that, and then I can just go do it with him and get the stuff.
All right. This is. I'll just tell him it's a weird halfling tradition.
Sure.
And I hand
We have a ton of those.
the steering wheel to Flynn, and I'll go below decks. And I will see the nearest deckhand to where the lodging is.
Yes. So you find not the orc that not the orc that Flynn had spoken to previously, but the other one you see down there.
Okay. Hello there.
Hello.
I apologize. I have a strange request to make. My friends would like to sleep on the deck of the ship.
Why would they do that?
It's a weird halfling tradition. It's just a thing. They follow a sort of. It's almost a religious devotion to exposing oneself to hardship. And
you small creatures have weird traditions.
I could not agree more. But it still comes down. He struggles to. He doesn't know the tongue to speak to you, so he wanted me to ask if you would help
very
him.
Clearly. He sounds like an idiot when he speaks.
You know,
so nice here.
I hate to say it. That's not just the language thing. That's just how he is, even in his own tongue.
He thinks that talking slower and louder will actually help. I'm sorry, I don't know Common very well. That does not help.
I'm sorry. He's trying. He's really trying.
Nothing you have to apologize for.
Well, still, I appreciate that. is that something you'd be all right to help him with? Just moving the bedding of the three of the beds that we have for us.
Of course. Strange request, but nothing I can't do.
I appreciate it, and I'll hand him a gold piece, as a means of thanks.
Takes it, nods, and puts it in his back pocket. And then he walks over to the bedding and scoops up under one arm the entire bedding of one of the beds, the blankets, the little cot underneath, one of the pillows on top, and then with the other hand scoops up another one.
Nice.
And sort of sidesteps and shuffles up the stairs and brings them up to the top. And then he comes back down, grabs another one, does the same.
Amazing. And I will return to my post at the helm. He's moving. He's already done quite a bit of it.
Smooth sailing. What?
He's
It's all good up here.
I look out over it. Does it look good? From where I looked out before.
Flynn, make a survival check.
You got it.
Someone's gonna kill us all.
I kind of want to say that I would have been more focused on the book.
Okay, make it a disadvantage.
Yeah, I want to say that I would
Leave.
be distracted.
Do it.
And I would be trying to look through the book and also kind of like looking up every once in a while. All right. That is a 12.
A 12. It's not super difficult. Kellic, you probably would have been better off if Flynn had just not touched the wheel.
Yes.
There was a slight deviation, but not completely. Easy enough for you to get back on course.
Doing great.
Really no time lost.
Yes, good job, Flynn. As I kind of like hurriedly like remove his hands from the wheel and take.
What did they say?
He's already well into it. He's quite strong.
Cool.
The one I spoke to. Do when you speak to them, speak at a normal pace.
Okay.
And just as simple sentences as possible.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
But at a normal pace in a regular volume. I don't.
Like now, like this.
Yes, like the way we're. Okay. Yes.
Well, I mean, people tell me I talk fast, so like.
You do.
So I was trying to slow it down a little bit.
Yeah, I guess look for the in between those two.
You know, I'm not really good at that kind of stuff. So I appreciate the tip.
As the orc walks over to you and he sort of leans down and Flynn, he like with a massive hand, just very gently pats you on the back, points over to the cots and says, "Help."
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Hold my thumb up to like looking for approval from Kelly.
Yeah,
that's good.
Perfect.
Thank you very much. And I'll hold my thumb up to him as well. What's your name?
He puts his hand up to his chest. Doc.
Okay. Flynn.
Flynn.
Repeat the gesture. Thank you for help. I look at Kellic for proof.
Gives you a little thumbs up.
I give just a hesitant nod to Flynn.
Cool. Okay. Well, I'll let you get back to doing this. How long are you going to stay up? I think we're probably going to do shifts, right?
Yeah. I suppose wake me up when you're rested, and I'll switch off with whomever, unless past.
I mean, I can take care of it. I think I did a pretty good job.
You did fine, but let me take it for a little while longer. I'm quite attached to it after my trip with Reynold.
Oh yeah, he was cool.
Especially as it gets later in the night, it's quite lovely.
Yeah, it's harder for me to see too, so maybe it's better for me not to do it. Okay, well, I'm gonna go get things situated, and I'll thanks for your help, and I'll head off to get the bed sorted and everything with them.
Thank you, Doc.
I've been up in the crow's nest, and while I'm meditating, I'm just slowly unwrapping my wrappings on my arms, and then like methodically wrapping them back again. Just one time each, but just slowly wrapping, and then I just kind of put the tug the cloak that I have, the invisibility cloak, the cloak that makes me invisible, and I tug it over my head a little bit further, and I just like slowly put my hands onto my legs as I'm sitting, and the crow's nest kind of blocks the wind because I'm like under where it's where the wood is blocking, so I'm like sitting under it, so I'm not getting too much wind obviously it's cold, but I just put my hands on my legs, and I have, while all this has been happening, I meditated for about an hour, and then kind of just like shook myself out of it because I'm not very good at it. But I'm trying. Took a little, like, and then I'm probably gonna fall asleep.
Okay. Falling asleep in the crow's nest?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I, like, shrugged the cloak over me further, so I'm fully covered by the cloak, and I'm asleep on the crow's nest.
Okay. You are invisible?
Yep.
On the crow's nest. Got it.
Amazing.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay. Everyone's going to hear a huge thud and have no idea what's going to go on.
No.
No. Okay. Who is going to be taking the first watch here?
That's supposed to be me.
Look.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
Stay up.
Unless steering doesn't count as watching, like unless it's
You can take your watch as you
I'm steering. Okay.
steer. Yes. Steering the boat at this point does not require your full attention. Just probably a quick check-in every 5 minutes.
Yeah, I'll stay up too, because 2 people, right? Is that how it works? I'll stay up as well. After setting up all the beds and stuff, I'll just go.
Okay. As the night continues on and the rest of the party begins to get their sleep, I'm going to have everyone make a Constitution saving throw against the cold.
What's the weather? Yeah, someone has a...
You get it.
Please, everyone, apply what you are
Yeah.
applying.
If anyone is within 10 feet of me, remember your +5.
I will say that's probably just Seeker and Flynn.
Yeah, probably.
I don't remember what I didn't... What was it?
Oh, yours, you didn't know what it
Oh,
did.
it just
You
does
don't know what
something
it is.
random, right? Okay.
Yes. Well, it's something that I have not disclosed.
Does it give me the advantage or no?
No, it does not.
Okay, that's just a straight roll. Sorry about that.
That's really good.
Actually, yes,
Mhm.
Flynn.
Advantage?
Yes.
Okay.
It's Constitution.
It's Constitution saving throw.
Natural 20.
Nice.
I love these dice.
Desley?
Waited.
Natural 20
Yeah,
for a
probably.
29.
Okay, Seeker?
Dirty 25.
30-20.
12.
Ooh, you are up there.
Yeah. It's a 22.
22. Okay. Let me see. Okay, so everyone is able to just find that like one spot under their blankets that keeps them warm, and it's one of those things, if you move even a little bit, you're going to be cold, but everyone is able to keep exactly in those positions for the first part of the watch, except little Olma. Olma, you are...
I did meditate before doing what we talked about earlier today.
You get one of your
Yes.
wild magic cheat codes, right? Isn't that what that is?
No.
But I believe from what we discussed,
What
this
we
wouldn't
discussed.
affect...
It's up to your interpretation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that this would not affect that.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So Olma, shivering, your limbs start to numb up a little bit, and you're going to take 4 points of cold damage up in the crow's nest. As the first watch that's what happens.
I guess the question is, like, I probably can't sleep though. Like that's like that. I didn't sleep at all for that first part of watch. Is likely what that also
the
means.
damage is a result of just being cold while you're sleeping.
No, but if you're that cold, you can't sleep. Also, like you would be affected by like.
I
if
mean,
I was stuck like
I'm
that
willing
all
to
night,
take
like,
the damage back and give you a point of exhaustion if you
well,
want
no, because
to do
if
that.
I can't sleep the whole night, because this is just the first
Well-
part, right? So it's like if that happens every single part of watch, then it would be a point of exhaustion, in my opinion, right?
Well, if it woke you
So-
up, you would be able to potentially go downstairs and get a better rest.
Right. Also
So if it
true.
woke you up, and it probably will wake you up pretty soon, you can then be like, oh,
you would
it's too
just
cold
have
up here. I'm just
taken
going to
the
go
first
downstairs
watch at that point.
and go, yeah.
I mean,
without-
that's a question. Because
Yeah.
in my opinion, like if you're so cold, you probably can't
That makes
sleep.
sense, then.
Like I can't imagine you being able to sleep when you're that cold.
Okay, so do you want to then go downstairs and...
No.
Okay, so
I
you're
just couldn't
not going to
sleep
sleep.
the first part of. I couldn't sleep the first part of that.
Okay. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So for our watch, I eventually, once I get Thessaly and Seeker situated, I'll have my cot set up for when I get to go to sleep. And for the first little bit, I'm reading through the Chath's book, his bestiary, and just kind of like seeing what's in there. Not necessarily memorizing anything yet. And then I'll just kind of scratch my head, look out to the distance, and like not struggling to concentrate even on the book. And I'll look up to where Kellic is at the helm, knowing that he's on watch. I'm assuming that Thessaly and Seeker are asleep at this point, right?
Yeah, if I'm
Around-
cozy and warm, I'm asleep.
I'm asleep.
Noticing that she looks comfortable and Seeker looks...
I'm tired.
Yeah. I will get up and walk over to where Kellic is steering the ship. Hey, how's it going up here?
It's going fine.
Yeah.
Nice enough night for the occasion.
Yeah, I mean, it is cool to be able to do stuff like this. Like, I know we're in danger a lot of the time, but it's fun.
What would you have done then if you weren't an Iron Light Sentinel?
I mean, I probably would have ended up running the shop.
What shop is that?
Oh, just back home.
Where's home?
Maple Glen.
Maple Glen.
Yeah, that's where I was when I was a kid growing up, and my parents owned this shop, and I worked there. It's boring most of the time, but yeah, so I probably would have been running the shop with them. But there were moments that were really, really cool when adventurers would show up to buy items. Those are the only days that I liked working there, because I got to see real adventurers, like my mom and my dad, or like they were.
Your parents were adventurers?
Yeah.
And then became shop owners?
Yeah.
So there's hope for you yet then to have your own shop?
Yeah, I mean, it's not really something that I want to do. That's why I left. Well, one of the reasons I left, I also wanted to be a cool adventurer, which, I'm an adventurer.
You're a cool adventurer then.
Thanks.
I mean, look at you.
I do have a very dashing winter outfit today. So.
Aye. Yeah, we wear it well, I think, this group.
Yeah.
The cult.
Where's Alma?
I lost track of her,
Yeah, it tends to happen.
She escapes.
I kind of wanted to, I don't know. I know we talked about it before, and, thinking that he's, better off with us, and just, because she's, can blow up or whatever. But, like, the past few times, just, is that still true? I mean, we literally got her killed. And I'm just struggling even more so now after that, when she says she doesn't want to go in somewhere because it's scary, and we force her to go there because she's an agent of repair. Like, she's a kid. And even today, she was talking about threatening people with a dagger. She's talking about letting people die and killing Codon Vo and just letting all the people connected. There's something we're doing to her, and I don't think it's good.
It's a good point, then.
Yeah. And I don't know who else to talk to it but you. You're the voice of reason.
I sort of, scoff at that.
Yeah.
I
don't know, because I do agree that we want to keep her safe, but are we?
Honestly, Flynn, I used to feel like I was the voice of reason, but nowadays I just feel... I scarcely feel like I have a voice. I feel out at sea.
Yeah, I'm kind of feeling that way too with everything that's going on with the collective.
But I think with Alma, well, power like hers, it was going to take her somewhere. And it might have taken her to one of Codon Vob's laboratories.
Yeah, maybe.
Or to the warfront. There's lots of places to go. And there's lots of people that would use her to their ends. And at the very least, we're not those people.
Yeah, but we know people that wouldn't abuse her. That live in a void of safety. Relatively safer than us. We also have, her mentor is regularly visiting and chatting with that. I mean, we could let her be part of that.
Both of those people are very much embroiled in our affairs at this point.
I know, but they're not on the front lines. It's not like we're taking Timmy to the Vanville Rise.
Well, Tassily said something earlier about Alma running off in her cloak of invisibility somehow being our fault. To some extent, it is. But also, Alma's contumacious, tempestuous. I don't know. I think she's gonna do what she's gonna do, and being surrounded by people who not only want to keep her safe but are capable of keeping her safe might be the best way for her to do what she's gonna do, you know?
But I guess the problem is I just feel like we aren't keeping her safe. I mean, when you guys were in the void and we stayed outside, I went to look over my books and read, and she came with me, and we sat near a tree next to the water, and it's like the first time I've seen her be a kid. And I don't even know how long. And she deserves that, to be a kid. And I feel like what we're doing is we're teaching her how to be a killer.
I think she knows how to be a killer, Flynn.
That's what I'm afraid of.
And I kind of look forlorn into the darkened sky. I think she knew it before she came upon us.
So subjecting her to more of it is good.
But it's unavoidable.
I don't believe that.
Here?
Not if she's not here. I don't know.
Here on Elbor, then. Amidst this war? Been going on as long as you've been alive.
Yeah,
the death is everywhere.
But there's so many people that don't have to deal with it like we do. They're living their lives free.
I don't know
I'm not saying
how true that is, Flynn. I don't know. I think we live in a fractious world. This is not a place where peace is easy to come by, especially for people who can burn down buildings with their hands.
I mean, that's what Savior's for, right? Trying to figure things out. Still, I hope.
But Savior, he traverses circles of people who are dangerous as well.
Yeah.
I take your meaning, Flynn, I do. And if Alma wanted what you're describing, then I would bend over backward to make it happen. But Alma, for all of her flaws, is very good at telling us what she wants.
Yeah, but she's a kid. Does she even know?
Well, she knows what she wants. Maybe not what she needs.
Yeah.
I don't know. Alma's childhood, as you're describing, it was stolen from her. It was taken by whatever force creates her magic, by the people who brought her up. And now, to try to restore something like childhood, it's like restoring a life. Some things cannot be healed, not completely.
I don't necessarily want to give her what she missed. I just want to make sure she doesn't miss out on any more of it. And maybe that's... I know we have a big mission to do here, but maybe once whatever's done with the portal, if we survive it again, we could die again. And anyway, I'm just thinking maybe after this is settled and if we're still alive, maybe helping her is the next step so she doesn't lose out on the rest of her childhood.
I'm happy to help you in proposing such a thing to her, then. But I don't know. Like you said, it's cool that we are here on the water now.
Yeah, maybe
How many people go sailing on the
it is
night before the long eve?
I think maybe we should just start by looking for more ways that she can be a kid in all of this danger.
You'll have to help me with that, then. I don't, I've never been good with kids.
You think I am? You see how much we fight.
Yeah, but you, no offense, got a little more access to that part of yourself. I don't know if I don't think about my childhood much. So I don't know. I don't know what kids think about. When I was Ulm's age, I was studying the scripture of Ymir, day in and day out. And the only person I talked to was my father and the prior. And that was it. This was my whole circle. So, I don't know what being a child is like, aside from loving the goddess of light.
Which I see is now back.
Well, I gestured to the sky. Maybe had an inopportune moment, but yes, yeah, a little bit, anyway. It's not, I feel like the luckiest man alive.
And how did that happen again?
The details are a bit fuzzy, as they tend to be with divinity. But I asked.
That's all you did? Just asked and you got power?
I wouldn't call it power.
I can see what you do. Like,
yes, but it's not my power. Then I am a conduit.
when you burn something, I burn something, and they both burn. That's power. I don't care where it comes from. You just gotta ask?
Not just ask. There are many, I suppose these Red Wolf fanatics. They sure would like some power, and I'm sure they ask for it all the time.
Yeah.
You have to earn the power of the gods, Flynn. And sometimes it comes at a great cost.
Okay. I don't know if I understand, but okay.
And understanding is sometimes also comes at a cost. It's interesting, I don't know, the conversations we've been having about the limits of magic. I find the more I learn about it, the more limited I find it to be. I thought the magic of the gods is boundless, but it is not. And once I've started to see that, it fills one with a certain terror.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what we're gonna do, but I think we have an idea, at least. With Alma and... I don't know. I guess we'll just take it one day at a time.
That's all we can do.
I know we have 2 new members. Maybe they are better with kids. Hopefully.
I just shrug at him non-committally. On this, Flynn, I have no wisdom.
Hopefully we find some. I'm gonna go do a round.
All right.
And as Flynn, you start to walk away, you see the captain walk up onto the deck and sort of look at everyone sleeping there. Just very gingerly tiptoe around over to Kellic and whisper, "Hey,
I wince reflexively.
we're going to be coming up past the docks here. Don't worry about pulling in. We'll get y'all up the river first, and then we'll come back down and unload once we drop y'all off. So once you see it, it's just heading west up the coastline until we hit the river. So don't worry about the docks."
I'll note it. Thank you.
As Kellic is doing that, Flynn, you are sort of doing your once-over of the ship. You're looking around. You are seeing in front of you, there's sort of a couple of chunks of ice, but easy enough to steer around. And right as you are coming up at the end of your watch, it's just about the time to get to the port. As you can see and feel the ship just beginning to turn west away from the port just before you get there. But just before you do, you sort of look over to the port and you see there are a couple of house lights still on, maybe some fireplaces going to keep them warm in the cold. And you see the lighthouse going. And you see the lighthouse reflecting off of something that's out in the water, heading towards the coast. And you can see it's on top of one of these massive chunks of ice, flat on the top. Almost looks humanoid, walking across, but at this distance, must be huge. And as you sort of train your eyes on that one point, walking on this massive chunk of ice towards the port, you see a huge frost giant walking across the ice and across the water, sort of leaning forward, and you see carrying behind him a huge cart filled with boxes on top of it. As he's sort of trudging in towards the port, instead of taking a boat, walking on top of the ice across the water.
Oh my God.
Cool.
Oh my.
And as you steer the ship away
That's
from
crazy.
the port and head up the coastline, that is where we're going to end this episode.
I want to talk to him.
Right there.
Yeah, right.
On your way up the coast. Thank you all so much for listening, and we can't wait to see you all again next week. Bye, nerds.
Bye, nerds. Hey, nerds. It's Shane. Thanks so much for listening. We appreciate you. We appreciate the comments you leave, the reviews you make, the stuff you post in our Discord, the baking and artwork and cooking and stories about what's going on in your campaign. We appreciate you tuning into our live streams on YouTube. We appreciate you if you are a member of our Patreon, because you keep the lights on and the engine running. We use an engine for Venture Forth. I'm not going to explain it, and I will refuse to accept any questions. So thank you all so much, and we'll see you next week. Bye, nerds.
Bye.